Alright, I'm gonna swallow my pride and admit I was wrong about something. I know, the sun's gone black, the sky has fallen, the sea's turned to blood. I like the broken Matt Hardy stuff. I know. At first, I wasn't a believer in the broken brilliance, and if you're wondering what broke me, it was the giraffe with the soul of George Washington. That's good stuff. You got me, Matt Hardy. You got me. Which is why we're stoked that Matt Hardy's coming to WCPW, 30th of November in Nottingham and 1st of December in Newcastle. Tickets here. But Matt's total domination of the wrestling internet got us to thinking about the frankly stupid-ass gimmicks that on paper look like they should have died a death, but actually went on to become successful. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are 10 insane wrestling gimmicks that shouldn't have worked, but did. Number 10, Eugene. 3 years. The special needs gimmick lasted for 3 years. Nick Dinsmore, who came up with the character himself, not creative, in a bizarre inversion of them usually being the ones throttling a poor wrestler with a lunatic persona. And look, I can try and bitch about a character like this shearing away at the audience's empathy for mental illnesses that aren't cute and lolsy in catchphrases, but point is, Eugene got big responses from the crowd. He rubbed shoulders with Hulk Hogan, Triple H, won the tag titles, and was constantly in the same picture as the authority figures of the time. Sure, the crowd eventually soured on him, but surely that would happen straight away to the man pretend to be mentally challenged, not 2.5 pissing years later. Number 9, the Blue World Order. Turns out knockoffs make bank in wrestling. Crow, Sting, Razor Ramon, the Road Warriors, Jason the Terrible, that was a thing that happened in Japan. Even things that knock off other wrestling things can find improbable success. Step right up, Blue World Order. The trio of Stevie Richards, the Blue Meanie and Nova took to the ring for a one-off appearance at November to Remember in 1996. They were ripping off the New World Order, obviously, you idiot. You had Big Stevie Cool, Hollywood Nova, and The Blue Guy. They were so popular it ran for over 6 months, performing skit after skit, and it got all three guys mainstream attention. When they brought back the gimmick at One Night Stand 2005, Joey Styles quipped, "If any gimmick never deserved to make a dime and made a boatload of cash, this is it." Number 8, the Hurricane. Stand back! There's some nonsense coming through. How the hell did he pull off this goofy 90s throwback? A mild-mannered backstage interviewer, Gregory Helms, would sense that danger was afoot, or, his next match was coming up, and leapt into action as the Hurricane. By rights, a transparent attempt to cash in on the recent popularity of superhero movies like Spider-Man, it should have died, like Arachneman did in WCW. But Hurricane became one of the most endearing characters of the ruthless aggression era, even picking up a win over the goddamn Rock. Maybe it's because Helms was the legitimate comic book nut with a pre-existing Green Lantern tattoo who threw everything he had into the silliness, and to this day the Rock Hurricane backstage promos are some of the funniest ever produced by WWE. Number 7, Damien Sandow, Stunt Double. I don't think it's unfair of me to say that WWE's sense of humour is akin to being kicked in the dick by a clown. So often their attempts at the lulz manifests in hack vaudeville routines, gross out vom humour, or, well, Eugene. But this was the rare time that WWE got it absolutely right. Well, they didn't, Damien Sandow did. He was charged with being Miz's stunt double, copying his moves, and God, it should have been the most heinous bollocks. But Sandow straight up bullied the gimmick into being great, through sheer force of beard and also of will. His program with The Miz is genuinely one of the best feuds of the last few years, and it's criminal that despite the fans giving Sandow one of the biggest ovations of WrestleMania 31, he slipped straight back down the card after that. Number 6, Al Snow. He carried a severed mannequin head. The mannequin head talked to him. Also, I think he was in love with the mannequin head. Also, at one point, he wrestled a match against himself, which is brilliant. It's hard to tell exactly what was going on with Al Snow. He was just a sort of all-purpose mental, talking to himself, weird words written on his forehead, mad staring eyes. Sure, why not? For a nonsense gimmick, it went unbelievably well. It's at ECW on fire. Trust me, look at the crowd reaction to Al Snow. And though he never rose above the mid-card in WWF, he certainly endured to become one of the most iconic gimmicks of the entire Attitude Era. Number 5, Mr. Socko. How did a sock puppet become one of the most beloved characters in the history of wrestling? Well, that's down to Mick Foley, who is a weaponized grandpa fueled solely by warmth, cuddles, and bloody mania. This entry should really belong to Mankind as a whole, the raving loony who pulled out his own hair yet somehow became WWF champion. But ultimately, what's more stupid than Mr. Socko? It was designed as a throwaway piece of nonsense in the backstage skits of Mankind trying to help Vince recuperate in hospital. Fans embraced the sock, and it became a phenomenon. To this day, Mick Foley is still selling hand-drawn autographed socks en masse, and that is wonderfully dumb. Number 4, Goldust. He's still f***ing going! The androgynous sex pest designed to capitalize on the innate homophobia of the bloodlust male and draw huge heat by doing kissy things with men. Don't lie, that was exactly the purpose of Goldust. It worked for Adrian Adonis, it worked here. Somehow, that character survived. When the character first debuted, no one thought it would work. It was just another of Vince's mad ideas and would go the way of the Friar Fergusons, the Max Moons, and the Bastion Boogers. But afraid not. Goldust was, and still is, a cherished member of WWE history, despite his crushing association with R-Truth, the smasher of my dreams. Dustin Runnels was so committed to getting the character over that there was no line he wouldn't cross, even considering getting breast implants for Goldust. No, seriously. Actual invasive surgery. Number 3, Kane. Fun fact, Kane has a full biography written entirely in kayfabe, available to buy online. It's called Journey into Darkness and tells the story without once breaking character of a small boy called Glenn Jacob Calloway. I see what you did there, buddy. Surviving a blaze that killed his parents, accidentally started by the Undertaker, the Little Tyke. Kane gained mystical demon powers, covered his face, stopped talking. It's all in the book and it's all utterly butterly mad. A man who somehow makes flames happen when he likes flames to happen, and yet somehow he's become WWF champion, Intercontinental champion, hardcore he's done everything, and he's still here. Turns out madness never dies. Number 2, Broken Matt Hardy. And speaking of madness, so here we are with Broken Matt Hardy, Senor Benjamin, Brother Nero, The Great War, The Hardy Compound, The Fake Baby, The Final Deletion, The Dilapidated Boat, The Maze, The George Washington Giraffe, King Maxwell, Vanguard One. There's just so much creativity at play with the awfully accented, atrociously over-the-top Broken Matt Hardy gimmick that eventually it does wear you down and force you to sit back and applaud. It's a meme-generating powerhouse of a gimmick running on 100% commitment and the determination to be memorable or die. At some point, you have to admire that, and judging from the strength of the delete chance, he might not be going anywhere anytime soon. P.S. Please buy tickets to WCPW. And number 1, The Undertaker. He's an undead voodoo zombie priest, occasionally controlled by a sacred urn who has an army of druids. He also has the following superpowers: teleportation, force lightning, blue lightning, smoke, possession of Justin Roberts, the ability to create lifelike cadavers of his opponents, to make blood pour from the ceiling, to make a neck tattoo of his ex-wife disappear, voice projection, control over electronics. He should not have worked. It's 2016 and we're still excited about the appearance at a basketball game of a character called The Undertaker. The Undertaker. He is called The Undertaker, and he's widely regarded as one of the best gimmicks in the history of wrestling. Insane. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.
WCPW proudly presents True Legacy, featuring a quarterfinal match from the Adam Pacitti Tag Title Tournament. Moss and Slater versus Mustache Mountain. Nixon Yule defends her WCPW Women's Championship against Kimberly in a street fight. The Mexican sensation El Ligero defends his WCPW Internet Championship against the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne.
Oh, it's true, it's damn true, believe me.
The local hero Joe Henry challenges the righteous killer Joseph Connors for his WCPW Championship. And for the first time on British soil, in front of 2,600 WCPW fans, the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle versus the grandson of a plumber, Cody Rhodes. True Legacy Part 1, Saturday, November 5th, 8 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern. Part 2, Saturday, November 12th, 8 p.m., 3 p.m. Eastern. Or watch True Legacy in full and on demand on WhatCulture Extra from November 4th, 8 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern.